Nugget.
Nuggets with Sharon and Johnny. I know that white people have not done this work, which is why I ended up placing myself here in the middle of the country in a purple county in a purple state. So I'm actually
Wow.
between blue. So we have blue Iowa City, super, super blue. And then we've got red, on the other side of the county. And we're sort of in this purple, county in this purple state. And I brought myself here because there are wonderful, loving people that have wonderful intentions and haven't had the chance to understand their work and their role and the integration of working toward justice as they do their own personal journeys. And so I
Yeah.
wanted to place myself in this place to be able to bring more folks along. And
Yeah.
I don't think that I feel like where we have privilege, we need to have patience. A lot of times
Yeah.
we think we get woke and then we don't want to deal with our own people or the people that are unwoke like we were. And so we leave them behind. And then who has to deal with it? You have to deal with it, right? People who are oppressed have to deal with it. Well, I'm like, I can't even talk. I can't talk to that person anymore, right? No, like
Spicy
that
right
is
now?
your
You
job.
spicy. Ooh.
We have to do our internal work, and then we have to work with our people, right? That's moving from the inside out. And so we can't walk away from our people. We need to do our work and then do our work with our people so that other people don't have to deal with our shit and our people's shit. You said that performance that you gave at Witching Hour last fall with Nina
Yes.
Simone and the piano and your story and that parallel was probably my favorite artistic experience last year. Nina Simone means so much to me. And you and a piano is my favorite thing, right? A singer and a piano and someone who can just pound those bass notes. Ooh! But we won't get too much
Girl.
into it. Yes. So, but you said at some point, you said white people deal with your shit because we're having to deal with it if you're not.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
loved that calling. And I was curious if you would say, more about like, what is it that you experience that you don't want to have to experience anymore? What would you love that internal work to look like or the effects of that internal work?
This is no, that's a good question. This is what I want. I don't sure. Would it be great if racism was gone? Of course.
Amen.
Would it be great? But like it's a behemoth. It's a giant. But what I really want, and this is for like everything, this is for like racism, homophobia, politics, religion. I want white people, especially white people, because white people would be pretending like they know everything all the time. I want white people to learn to say, I don't know.
Mm,
Can you tell me?
mm, yeah, yeah.
Like, I wish white people, because I think that there's this, like, when you're white, there's this impression that since you're the default, you never really have to do any questioning
Yeah.
about, I guess, like, this is what it looks like. And so, like, when you are, and it's not, we're talking about racism right now, or race specifically, but I think it's the same thing with like queer folks or like people of different abilities. Like when you are different from like the main in some way, you have to do some questioning. And a lot of white people don't do any questioning when it comes to race because they don't have to.
Yeah.
So the assumption is that they know the answer. So it's like, instead of listening to a black
Mm,
person saying, like, hey, when I see a cop, I feel scared. A white person is just like, well, why? No, you don't.
yeah,
I never had that interaction.
yeah,
I never. I've had positive. And it's just like, well, what if what if imagine a world where maybe your experience was like not the only experience.
what? What?
And I feel like that would be huge in
Yeah.
beginning to break down
Mm,
these
mm,
systems, because like I feel like I don't want to oversimplify.
mhm,
Please, like everyone out there listening, like I'm not oversimplifying. However, I do feel, Johnny, like just a lot of what has happened, like colonialism and like racism and slavery and all these big systems and like um that have been, and the systems subsequently that have been built off of those systems are kind of have this like idea that like white people know best
Hmm.
and that white people are the experts in the room.
Yeah.
And it's just like, well, when you went to colonialize this area, like, did you ask the people how they felt
Yeah. 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 Right.
about getting their culture rewritten?
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
ask them? Did you like maybe try to like learn their language or like
Yeah.
meet halfway? No, white people are just like, nah, we good.
Yeah. 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 And they make up their own
Welcome,
rules.
West
Yeah.
Africa. Like it's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah.
it's I
Yeah.
just want, that's what I want. You
Yeah.
ask me what I want. I
Yeah.
want white people to learn to say, I don't know. Can you help me? I don't know. Can you teach me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Just this like interfacing of humility would be so huge.